Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the first match preview of the 2018-2019 Premier League season. Everton versus Wolves. Wolves versus Everton.
Yes.
I hate playing promoted teams on the first day of the season, especially away, Baz.
Yeah, it's never great, is it?
It's never... It's just everything to lose, isn't it?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. But I feel as though this time, with our new signings not playing, just kind of like a little bit of a, you've played our team that isn't our strongest. Yeah. But you know, it's going to be a tough one. They were a good side last season. And they've made some excellent signings, which we'll talk about in a minute. So.
Well, they are a good side. Obviously promoted, did really well. They've got a lot of talent. Probably one of the most talented teams, footballing wise, to be promoted out of the Championship. I would say they're one of those. Obviously with the manager and with the Mendes connection, bringing players in, they've got a lot of talented players there already, and they've just added to that over the summer by bringing in some really exciting, experienced players that not a lot of Championship sides who've been promoted have had the ability to attract. But again, as I said, having that Mendes connection has allowed them to get those players in. The having the agent who represents the club and the players. Listen,
do whatever you can do.
Do what you can do as a football club, I suppose. I don't think they're breaking any rules, so a lot of people will probably be annoyed about that situation. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this team progresses. A lot of people are tipping them for top 7, which is interesting because I think sometimes this happens when people don't quite understand the gap between the Championship and the Premier League. But listen, I suppose from their point of view, it's how fast those new players gel and get themselves settled to start picking up good results.
Definitely. I mean, he finished last season with 99 points. Very, very good side. The gap is huge. We've seen other teams tear the Championship up and come up and struggle. You know, Reading got the most points under Steve Coppell. I think he got 106 in, or 106 I think it was in 2005-06, and everyone was like, these will put, and then you finish mid-table because it is so tough, the league. There's teams who've been in the Premier League for years, spent a lot of money, who struggle to get up the bottom half of the table. So it's not as easy as what you think. What I will say to that is they're a very good footballing side. They have a good way of playing, and they play that way constantly, and that gives them probably a leg up on other clubs who've come up, and maybe on a club like Cardiff who've come up. They've spent 67 million net this summer,
which is not even the most from one of the promoted teams.
No, Fulham have spent 105 million, haven't they? They brought in Adama Traore from Middlesbrough for 18 million. He's their record signing. Lots of pace. Diogo Jota, who I think had some time alone at Brentford at one stage. He's from Atletico Madrid. He was 13 million. Willy Bowley, centre back from Porto, 10 million. João Moutinho, who nearly moved to Everton about 11 times for 5 million from Monaco. Leo Bonatini from Hilal in Saudi Arabia. He's a striker. He was 5 million. Ruben Vinegar, it looks like, is 2 million from Monaco. He's a left back, Monaco B, that is. Leander Dendoncker on loan.
Very good player.
Got a view to a permanent move next year from Anderlecht. He's a midfield player. Raul Jimenez, who was linked with Everton all of last summer from Benfica, who they wanted £45 million for him. They've got him on loan for 2 million. Hello, George. Johnny, who's a left back from Atleti, he's on loan. And obviously Rui Patricio, who walked out of his Sporting Lisbon contract, so they got him for nothing. Hello, George. Good side, some good players there. Can Nuno Espirito Santo knit it all together? It'll be a tough season for them, I think.
Yeah,
but I think if they get it right, why not? Why not be a team that is in the top 10?
I mean, you mentioned the players they've brought in there. I mean, their main danger man last year,
Ruben Neves,
yeah,
absolutely fantastic footballer. He's by far their danger man. Silky. I think personally the long-term plan behind him is a good season in the Premier League this season, and he will move on next summer, because he had a lot of clubs looking at him this season in the summer. He's linked actually with Liverpool quite a lot. I'm not surprised to link with everybody, but I think he is one who they look at and think really good player. Been a good side for a couple of years, though. They beat Liverpool in the FA Cup a few seasons ago. They were a good footballing side then. I think they've got Connor Cody at the back, who was at Liverpool. Yeah. Very, very good
player
as well. And Traore, they'll be, for me, they're three. They will be the three to watch out for against Everton. If Traore, of course, starts, he only signed on deadline day.
I think that's it's an interesting thing that they've done with the link up with Mendes. It obviously gives them a pipeline to players. It's a win-win situation. You wouldn't expect a lot of these players to stay, the bigger name players to stay maybe more than 2 years, and then maybe try and push on to a Champions League kind of club. But it's win-win if there's a pipeline. If Neves stays this year and does really well, and then maybe stays next year, let's just say, and then moves on, and then you bring in the next one, or you've already got the next one lined up, then who can argue with that system?
No.
So
like you say, if you're playing good football, people will get behind you, and people want to see it. They won 30 of the games last season, scored 82 goals and conceded 39. So they were, good goal scorers. I think they created the most chances. I think big chances, which up to when you card teams open, and I think they finished something like 26 big chances above the next best team. So they do create a lot of chances. The possession wise, as good a footballing side as they are, they only had the 8th best possession in the Championship, but they did have most of their possession in their own third. So playing around with it at the back, and what they try to do a lot, and I watched a few little bits and pieces from them, is the fullbacks play really high on the halfway line. They push right up, and then it's long diagonal balls in behind, and because they've got that pace, they're coming in from wide areas. So that's something Everton will have to watch out for, because obviously we've seen in pre-season and we are high up the pitch.
I think the problem with playing a team like this first game of the season is they've got that momentum from last season. They've got that winning feeling. They know what it's all about. The fans will be well behind them being back in the Premier League, and everything for Everton, everything's stacked against Everton for this game. It's live on TV. Everyone really probably wants Wigan to win. Wolves to win. Everyone wants Wolves to win, and everything's sort of stacked against Everton. And you've got that first day sort of thing as well. A first day bounce. It's not even first day. You get it about the first. You don't. The season for me doesn't really kick off properly till after the international window. I mean that mightn't be true. That I used to say that just because that's when the window's shut. So it might be maybe like 2 or 3 games. But realistically, if you've bought late like we have, we're not going to see the best of the players we've bought, or might not see any of them till after that window break anyway. So it's really difficult, and we've seen this. We've seen this a couple of seasons. We even seen it last season. Going to Man City, second game in, catching them a little bit cold before they'd really got their rhythm going, and we got a point there. And it was early on for us, and the games hadn't gone on top of us yet. Season before, we go in, get a draw against Spurs first game, then beat West Brom and beat Sunderland, and meet Middlesbrough, and then it was that sort of spell afterwards that we suffered with, when all the other teams had settled down, and we didn't really have a way of playing apart from Balassi giving it to Lukaku and scoring. And we never really got that way of playing. So it was that first sort of couple of weeks, month optimism
that catch people unawares almost, can't you? I think we'll be well drilled. One thing I'll say about them is they do work incredibly hard in the defensive third. They conceded the least fewest shots on their goal out of anybody. The caveat to that is Premier League players are a lot better. The sharper you make a mistake, it's normally a goal. Or that's what some teams find, that when they make those mistakes, they're punished. I remember Bournemouth coming up and they were absolutely brilliant in the Championship. The football was amazing, the way they played it, and they were a real against the grain Championship side when they come up, because of the way Eddie Howe plays. And they struggled. They stayed up, and they've stayed there since. But they struggled because they were open. They won a few games early on, and then people got on top of them. And Eddie Howe said, we're making mistakes that we were getting away with in the Championship. You don't get away with them here. You know, teams will. You're playing against world-class players. That's what the Premier League is. And to be honest with you, most teams have got, not world-class players, but most teams have got some excellent players who are really, you know, miles better than anything in the Championship. So if you're making them kind of mistakes against them, they're all, every team's got half a dozen at least international footballers. At least. Yeah. So even though Wolves will be very good and have some great players that they just bought, or really ones that look really good, they're still going to find it difficult because most of those players they brought in are all from abroad, by the way. So the Premier League is unforgiving anyway. So you know, I don't think it'll be as smooth as some pundits, but I think they've got a good side, got great back, and the fans are brilliant down. It's a hostile place to go. It's going to be a real tough baptism of fire for Everton because it is day one. But on the flip side of that, you know, we've got a new manager, we've got players who are now most definitely now playing for their Everton career, and we've got real threat in that final third, now that we haven't had for a while. In terms of we've had Lukaku in the past who was the threat, but I think what you've got now with Everton is you've got 3 or 4 players who can get something from nothing.
I think for us tomorrow it's about, you know, what we've seen in pre-season is defensively that's where we've been caught short. So I think we've just got to be wary of the space we leave behind, and obviously play to the fixture. You know, it can't always just be going after it first game of the season. We've got to try and go there and get something. You know, I remember when Martinez's first game went down to Norwich, similar circumstances. Obviously Norwich nowhere near as good as them, but you know, I remember that day was 2-2 and it was all action. Everything's just like, we're back playing football, bam, 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 bam. And I think it'll be similar tomorrow. It'll be similar in the nature. It's a fresh start for both teams. You know, they're back in the Premier League. We've got a new manager. I think we've got to use our experience a little bit. We've got to be a little bit wiser to it, and get something out the game. Because
I think it's right to what we should be doing tomorrow is trying to just calm everything down the first 15 minutes, slow it down, everything, throw-ins, goal kicks, take your time, try and kill the game a little bit, and then get in. As with any Premier League game, the first goal is vital. I think if Everton get it, it'll knock them back a little bit. I'm not saying all of a sudden they won't be able to play their natural game, but it'll jolt them a little bit and give us something to hang on to. I think if they go ahead, could be a bumpy afternoon because they will obviously get the confidence from that. But it's a tough start for us. There's no question about it. But it's a tough start for them. Let's not make any bones about it. Everton were the 8th best side in the Premier League last season, giving everybody else a 4-month start, which is effectively what we did, and we still finished 8th. You know, and we could have caught Burnley. We were capable of catching them with 3 games to go, having given them literally a 4-month start on us and pulled a 20-odd point lead back to within a couple. So Everton have got players who can hurt you. They've got players who can score goals, players who can punish you. But we are, at this moment in time, we haven't looked great at the back. And if you're Wolves, that's what you'd be focusing on.
Definitely. Let us know your thoughts in the comments on this. Do you fancy us to take the 3 points, or are you sort of thinking, well, you know, we've got the players in, but obviously they're not available yet, so it's a bit of a we'll be happy with what we get in, and this is not the be all and end all because the players can't play. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. Wolves fans, because I know there'll be some watching, let us know who your danger man. Are you worried at all about Everton? What do you think your season's going to be like, and what do you think this game's going to end up? Let us know in the comments. If you haven't already subscribed, please do click the bell for alerts, and if you want more videos, join us over on Patreon. We'll see you later.